Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get together live here on Facebook. How is it going out there? Things are going good over here. It's Thursday, September 21st, and as always, we bring you headlines from our city, state, and country. We take a look at your comments, ideas, and suggestions, and combine all this information so that we can have a fulfilling life, a connected life here in Puerto Vallarta as a community of English-speaking locals. Today is Thursday. It is September 21st. We're getting closer to the fall. There are more Day of the Dead announcements. So, oh my goodness, I can't believe it's already here. We have news, as always. We have a couple of announcements. And as always, we welcome everyone that is joining us live for the first time. I love it when I get excited. I do my Judy Woodruff. Yes. So, Judy Woodruff. Anyhow, as always, we welcome everyone that's watching. We welcome those of you that are watching live for the first time. And we encourage you to write the word new if you wish to be to receive a nice little welcome. And of course, if there is something really wonderful that you wish to share with everybody, it helps a great deal if you help us by writing a Q, a capital letter Q at the beginning of your comment. That way we can be looking for your comment when it is time to bring it up on the screen. Yes. So without any more announcements and such, let's take a quick look at what the news are today. Hold on just a second. Boom, 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 boom. There you go. And we start with this giant lady. The giant Catrina, of course, is scheduled to make a return to Puerto Vallarta's Malecón for Day of the Dead this year. It is a 22-meter tall structure that garnered the city a Guinness World Record for the tallest Catrina in the world last year. Now, it's unclear whether she will wear the same clothes and whether she will be appointed with higher heels or something, just in case the city aims to maintain the record. Can you believe it's still September and we're already talking about Day of the Dead? Personally, I cannot, but as I told you the other day, this year everybody seems to be pushing a little harder and a little earlier for Day of the Dead. So let it be, I suppose. Now, here is something that is raising eyebrows among the medical community in the state of Jalisco. It's all about new COVID-19 variants and an increase in cases. Now, although the numbers are small, the rate at which they are changing is the reason for concern. In the last month, for example, the number of COVID-19 cases reported to health authorities doubled from 834 to 1,008. So please don't lose sleep over this. Just be mindful of it. And what I mean by mindful is common sense. As you know, this is the season for flu, and it's a season in which COVID is likely to make some kind of a comeback. We hope that it's not going to be an alarming one. at least not as alarming as the fact that if you want to take a look, if you want to dive into your pool, you may want to take a look inside the pool next time you decide to take a plunge if you live in areas where crocodiles are bound to make their rounds. A small specimen of approximately 70 centimeters in length was rescued from a pool in a residence in Nuevo Vallarta, or Nuevo Nayarit, as it is now called. As always, should this happen to you, 911 is the number to call should you spot a crocodile. And last in our first group of news, a brand spanking new Ikea store is being built in Zapopan, in the outskirts of Guadalajara, and the company is looking for 320 nice people to staff the store. I'm not suggesting you apply, but I'm wondering if you will be giddy and excited to check out the store when it opens. This will be the third Ikea store in Mexico. There's still no specific opening date, and I don't even remember if I'm going to be excited about it or not. I remember when I was living in Boston and used to travel throughout the United States, if there was an Ikea store at whatever place I was going to, a visit was a must. There was no Ikea store in Boston at the time, and I remember getting all giddy about all kinds of chingaderas that you could buy there. But now that my life has changed and I've simplified so many things and I've purged so many things that I don't need, I wonder how excited I would be. I know that I'm definitely going to check out the store, just like I like to make my rounds at Bed Bath & Beyond. And I wonder all of a sudden if it's still going to be open the next time I go to Guadalajara. But where are you as far as IKEA is concerned? Are you going to be totally giddy to go check it out? Or are you just going to go, meh, we don't need so many chingaderas in our lives? Let us know the quality. That is so funny. Let us know your opinion. I started subconsciously reading Joshua's comment. The quality of products is not much better than Betterware. I know, I remember it was, for me, it was not so much the quality of the furniture. It was some of the design choices, the whole Scandinavian look that caught my attention. And David, who lives in Boston, says, at 53, I've never been inside an IKEA. I love it. I love it. Well, there's some IKEA comments coming on. I will get back to your comments in a little while. And I'm so glad that one of my hooker friends is here. Brian is here. I'm going to have show and tell in a second. Yay! I love having crocheting friends. Anyhow, let us take a quick look at the weather forecast just to see what's going on out there. And Snarky, I just increased the level of radiation emitted by this device. I hope you like superpowers and or radiation poisoning. No, thank you. I don't like that, and I don't like the weather forecast either, or at least the temperature. It is 29 degrees right now. Humidity is at 77%, and our temperature in Fahrenheit degrees is 85. Our weather forecast for today says we're going to enjoy a mostly cloudy morning with rain in the afternoon, a chance of rain of 33%, a high of 32, and a low of 25. Tomorrow, Friday, mostly clear skies in the morning with rain in the afternoon, a chance of rain of 33%, a high of 32, and a low of 26. And then Saturday, clear skies in the morning with mostly cloudy skies in the afternoon, a chance of rain of 46%, a high of 32, and a low of 26. As we announced a few days ago, the tropical storms seem to be missing in action. We mentioned that local weather authorities said that we would not be getting any for 2 weeks. So I'm certainly hoping that we will get some rain or activity that will bring the temperatures down ever so slightly. Moving right along, the nice friends we have at Tribuna de la Bahía offer a nice reminder of the 6 beaches in Puerto Vallarta that are currently fit for swimming according to Blue Flag standards. We remember that Blue Flag is an international nonprofit agency that monitors the quality of water at beaches throughout the world, and based on certain parameters, they designate where the any given beach is fit for swimming or not. They have a map, a global map that shows you what are the beaches that you should be swimming in and which ones are the ones to avoid. And in Puerto Vallarta, at present time, there are 6 beaches that you can choose to swim in with the peace of mind that a blue flag denomination brings. And those beaches are Camarones, Palmares, Sheraton, Marriott, and Westing. I said 6 and I mentioned 5. Maybe I skipped one. Maybe there were 5 to begin with. My bad. I will check my statement and I will mention them complete in the show notes. And now I want to talk about November 20th. If we're talking about dates that are coming up, of course, November 20th is the date that Mexico celebrates, in which Mexico celebrates the Mexican Revolution, which took place in November 20, 1910. It's right around the corner, and one of the celebrated characters from the revolution, well, we have a couple that everybody knows, Pancho Villa, we have Emiliano Zapata, but what about the many women that had a pivotal role in joining the fight for justice during the earliest 20th century battle? Well, we call them Adelitas or little Adelas. Well, Adelita is the equivalent of a little Adela or a little Adele. We won't get into why we call them Adelitas, but we will get into the look. Just in case you want to go all Adelita, and this is something that, you may want to do or not. But if you do, a long circular flow skirt that goes down to your ankle is a must. And it has to have a ruffle in the bottom. This is paired with a long sleeve white blouse with a high neckline. The bullet holders around the shoulders, which I certainly don't recommend wearing, are covered with a rebozo, which is then tied around the waist with a bow. So if you have long hair, you should braid it with a colorful interlaced ribbon that matches the color of your skirt. I've always said that I wish men were not look that funny when we wear skirts, or if we wear skirts, just because you get more ventilation down there, and it's something that I've always envied about women. But we don't need to get into sticky, sweaty conversations right now. I do want to, speaking of sticky and sweaty, I do want to remind you of my Sondheim's Wit presentation, which is coming up this coming Thursday, a week from today. We will dive into Sondheim's clever sense of humor when it comes to coming up with lyrics for his songs. And not only will we look at the funny ones, Sondheim has also written some very inspiring words of advice that we can take to heart. And we will take a look at these songs and these lyrics in this presentation, which will take place on Thursday, September 28th, a week from today at 5 o'clock at the Joint Co-working Hotel. And with that said, I think we're ready for chit chat. I also want to let you know that I'm still going through my stash of leftover yarn, and I came up with this little basket, this little vessel. I still don't know what I'm going to use it for, but it was fun to make. This happened yesterday, and I am just so happy with it. Christmas presents for everybody this year. Expect a crochet bowl, and that's about it. No, I'm just kidding. Let's take a look at your comments and your conversations to see what we can learn from them all. I see a lot of good mornings, and I appreciate those very much. Joshua, I love watching your Facebook feed because, I'm always putting out these chingaderas. You're always putting out wonderful, beautiful new designs with your tie-dye stuff. So I'm happy for you, and I'm happy with you. Boom, 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 do. Da, 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 da. Let's see. I see comments about Ikea. Lots of people have been waiting for the Guadalajara Ikea and still hoping for an ebb. I have no idea what an HEB supermarket is, but if anybody knows what a heb is and want to fill me in, I would very much appreciate it. Let's see. Regarding IKEA, I'm not sure how the furniture will fare in these conditions in Puerto Vallarta, right? Because there's a lot of humidity here, and humidity and particle board are not good friends. But again, I think some of the accessories, the organization accessories and things like that, that stuff I'm excited about. Do the other beaches... Do the other beaches get a brown flag? You know, they might as well. Should, but I don't know if they do. Albert says, kilts made a bit of a fashion statement in the States. Not too popular, though. Well, I have a skirt. I wear it around the house when I know that I'm not going to go anywhere. But I look like a big round piñata, and that's not something the world needs. But it makes my Midlands very, very comfortable. Let's see. Is it necessary to purchase tickets in advance for your music presentations, or can we get them at the time of the presentation? Usually, Lynn, you can just get them on that same day. There has only been one presentation where I thought, ooh, you know, maybe a lot of people will come, and that was the Viva Mexico presentation that we did for our Independence Day celebration. Lo and behold, the room was practically full. There were a ton of people there, and I suspect that the one that we're going to do for Day of the Dead, which I have already announced, is also going to be one that is probably gonna be really, really crowded. But other than that, I think you should be fine just getting the ticket then and there. Let's see. Oh, thank you. I love making bowls and baskets because they're very therapeutic. They're easy. They're great to watch television with because you don't really have to be paying attention at changes in the pattern. You just go at it. Let's see. Sherry says those crocheted bowls make me want to pick up the hobby again. Well, give it a go. Oh, HEB Supermarket is a very popular Texas chain that has been expanding into other states and Mexico, just not South. What? Southern? I don't understand that word. HEB Supermarkets. I just find it fascinating that people need an American brand. But we won't get into that. If there are people out there that are excited about HEB, so be it. I am not particularly excited, or actually, I don't need a supermarket from the United States to buy my groceries. I'm perfectly happy to buy groceries at La Comer, but that's just me. Let's see. What do you mean you missed it? I'll show it again, Brian. It's just a new bowl. I can't stop making them. You are making us. I have to say, Brian is making a sweater to fit him from scratch, and it's absolutely beautiful. And all I can make. Lucas, seriously, can you make a basket for my bowls? Well, as a matter of fact, I already made it, and I'm just waiting for an invitation. So there. Boom, boom. And that brings us to the end of today's broadcast. You are always on my basket list, Lucas. You know that. It is a pleasure to connect with you. It is a pleasure to learn about your wants, your needs, and your curiosity questions and all that good stuff. I'm going to go Google this HEB supermarket just to try to understand why it would be so meaningful to have one in Mexico. And I will also do more crocheting today. I'm going to get together with a dear friend this afternoon and just have a wonderful day, as I hope you will have a wonderful day as well. Tomorrow, we will be coming back, as always, with more coffee, more headlines, more stories, and more adventures to share with you guys. I hope you have a great day, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. Stay happy.